Snowflakes by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Out of the bosom of the air, out of the clouds folds of her garments shaken, over the woodlands brown and bare, over the harvest fields forsaken, silent and soft and slow descends the snow. Even as our cloudy fancies take suddenly shape in some divine expression, even as the troubled heart doth make in the white countenance confession, the troubled sky reveals the grief it feels. This is the poem of the air, slowly in silent syllables recorded. This is the secret of despair, long in its cloudy bosom hoarded, now whispered and revealed to wood and field.
Hi everyone, I'm here today to show you a new journal that I have finished, and it's called Winter Ice, and I've just been keeping it in this beautiful box with the lovely deer and snow on it because it seemed to suit it quite well. It was just the right size to keep it stored in. So I'll reveal it to you now. It is this beautiful Amity Bloom inspired sparkly winter journal. Now you might remember that Nazy from Amity Bloom did a series of these at about this time last year, just before Christmas, and they were absolutely stunning, and I fell in love with them, of course, and thought they're so beautiful. And earlier this year we had a little challenge in our group to make a journal that you've seen somewhere that you really loved and thought it was absolutely beautiful, but probably had no hope of actually receiving yourself, or being able to purchase it, but you'd like to create it. As challenging as that may be to some of our girls, who are, a lot of them are beginners and just learning, it was a great way to learn new ideas and to actually get involved in something that you were really interested in. And because it's winter time and it's a bit depressing and you've got plenty of time on your hands to do things like that, I thought that kind of a challenge would really inspire people, and it did. A lot of beautiful creations come out of that group. So this was my version of that idea. I absolutely adored Nazy's design, and so I created one as similar as I could to hers. It's not quite the same, but it is covered in these beautiful fabrics from Boho Daydreams, and Sheila put together a winter ice kit which had all these lovely winter design kind of fabrics in it and lots of bling. And so I had sewed on some crystal buttons and a crystal teardrop and just stitched on some little bits and pieces of snowy, icy, snowflake type of things, and this crystal doorknob, cupboard doorknob style, which was from Tim Holtz's collection, and that seemed to go quite well. And I just added this lovely sari silk ribbon in a seafoam colour. So I chose 3 colours to work with that I thought went really well with the snow and ice theme, and that is of course those real crystal blues, greens and whites. So there's a lot of this kind of seafoamy green, which to me, you know, spoke of winter, frost, snow and ice, and that time of the year. And to go along with it, my cousin Joni sent me the most gorgeous boho bead. It matched so well with the colours of the journal in the lovely tones of blue and green down the spine there. So I've added that onto the back so it has its own little tassel. And the fabric that I used was an upholstery fabric, and it just had that gorgeous swirl of white through it, and I thought that really fitted quite well. So thank you very much, Nazy, for your lovely ideas and inspiring me to create this beautiful big journal. And some of the ideas inside were also from some of Nazy's, which you'll probably recognise as you go through. So let's have a look then, shall we? I have used a paper which looks like cracked ice underneath to give that real winter icy effect as the lining, and I've just used some white wallpaper down the spine area so that it just gives it a little bit of, yeah, that changing colour of winter ice, blues, greens and whites. So they're the 3 main colours that I used. So inside I've made a little pocket with some broderie anglaise, which is white, and I've just pinned on a little see-through pocket which has a lovely handkerchief in it, which is really pretty with a blue heart and flowers. And then I've made a little paper clip pin with just some flowers out of the fabric that I put on the cover. So that was just a little scrap that I've added to that. Then inside the pocket, the broderie anglaise pocket, I have a butterfly tag, which is just a paint chip tag, and the colour is actually called Seafoam, so I thought that went really well with the colours that I had. And I've just put a little bit of sari silk and a crystal button and a butterfly on the top, and a little notepad that I made out of a card. So it's just it came as a card, so I just used it to put some scraps of paper in and make a little notepad. So over on the other side, get that back in, I have a notepad here which I've made from the lovely Mrs. Cogs collection of embroidery digitals, which she has on her page, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I really love those, and they did blend so well with the colours. So I just made up these little notepads, and they have that has a little envelope inside with a matching collection, and the back has some white doves on it. So that's another little notepad just made of scraps and bits and pieces that I had left over from the project. So I've made a couple of those throughout the journal. Just tuck that back in there. And of course I've made a lot of pockets with laces and trims that have been upcycled from things like lingerie and that sort of thing. So that's a lovely soft blue and white, and it has a little opal pinned onto the bottom. So I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but there's a little opal there pinned on, which went with the colours well. I've also used in this the kit from Artymaze, which was her Winter's Tale, a Winter's Tale kit. and that's really gorgeous. It has beautiful pictures of owls and foxes and really lovely things in it. So I've used that throughout the whole journal. And I have a couple of little flower cutouts from Tracy Fox, just little flowers that you can fussy cut and put on for trim. And this is a wallpaper pocket, a wallpaper, yeah, it's a pocket tuck on that side. Some more of Sheila's lovely bling from Boho Daydreams kit. Quite in, yep. So I've used that on there. It's a lovely picture of Ageratum, which came from the old design shop, and a pretty little pocket there, which is like a seed pocket, and that one came from Elsie Bell's bookshop. I've got some lovely lace digitals over here, and I put this one in upside down because it looked like snow falling, and I thought that suited the book, so I turned it the other way. But it's very pretty lace, and that one comes from a place called Velvet Vintage Art, and that's her linen and lace collection, so I will list that below. Just did a bit of stenciling on that page. That's another one of Artymaze from A Winter's Tale. Over here I have some nice trim from A Tattered Dream. On this side I have a lovely pocket, very pretty, and a tag from Mr. Stephen's Emporium with beautiful flowers, pressed violas and hydrangeas and forget-me-nots. Very pretty. I have a little tuck here with a doily and one of Artymaze's tickets from that kit, and a beautiful forget-me-not tag from Tracy Fox's collection, which is pretty. A heart pin, and I have a pressed forget-me-not, just pressed and put into some acetate and sewn around with some antique silk thread, which came from World War II. So it's very vintage. Beautiful. I have quite a collection of laces in here, which is part of the reason it's so fat, is all the crocheted laces that I've layered into it is really lifting it up. But I thought it deserved it. It was a bit of an indulgence to add all the pretty things that I liked. Gorgeous picture there from Mrs. Cogs' collection. Beautiful. And inside of that I have a little flip, which is another of Sheila's fabrics, and it's just a little poem by Walter de la Mare, which is one of my favourite poets, and it's called Winter. So that suited the theme very well. As it is a winter ice journal. All through the book I have put in little sayings from Mrs. Cogs' collection, and some of them are about writers and journalism, because that is what I do, and some of them are about winter and cold. Another of Sheila's Boho Daydreams collection, and another lovely pressed flower, which is a little tag that I made with an embossed, heat embossed floral print, and I've just added a pressed flower to the top, which is a little dianthus in that same icy sea foam colour. Just a little tag over here with another of Mrs. Cogs' embroidery collection, and I will list those below so that you can find them. Over here I've got a Tim Holtz frame, and that is stacked with a little collection from, again, Mr. Stephen's Emporium. He has some lovely cigarette cards and tea cards and things, and I just put some random words on there which says Moonlight Serenade. Over here I think this is an Arthur Rackham, and that's a beautiful fairies picture, and along the top I have just put some washi tape which has these cute little creatures in the snow in it. On this side I've got a Makey stamp, which is the beautiful rocking horse one. It's one of my favourites. On this side I have one of my favourites from Mrs. Cogs' collection, the Sapphires. I absolutely love this one. She's so beautiful, but her collection is lovely, and that's tucked into her Embroidered collection, and one of her little tags which says Penny for Your Thoughts, which I thought went very well. Another one of those little card booklets with extra papers in it, and that's also from the embroidery collection. A fox from Makey Stamps. There's always a fox in my book somewhere. This is a beautiful little owl that I painted myself with just the black ink, just that Chinese style black ink on the rice paper, and I thought that went well with Artymaze's owls from her A Winter's Tale collection, Create Your Own Magic. I really love that. Then over here we have some stenciling and some more of that beautiful lace paper, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I think I said before that was from Velvet Vintage Art, the linen and lace and Victorian lace collections. Fill your paper with the breathings of your heart, Williams Wordsworth. And I've put a little tab on the bottom of that one with some nice ribbon, and on the ribbon I've sewn a crystal button to give that little crystal glass ice look. Some lovely music paper, and I've sewn on a couple of pieces from Bears and Lace, his collection. She does up some really lovely lace collections that are really beautiful. And across the bottom I have owls and some frosty little snowflakes that I've sewn in, and these tags are from Tracy Fox. So the blue poppy went well, I thought, with the colours, and I've just put a little paper clip on to stop those from going anywhere. And another blue flower there, which is really pretty too. So they were Tracy Fox from Love Junk Journals. And this one here I've remembered is actually from Screech Owl, Spread Your Wings collection. So that's Screech Owl page. Don't be a writer, be writing. Some more of that lovely lace. Another one of Artymaze's collection, and a beautiful cat stamp from Makey, which says Observations. Some more stenciling, coffee dyed page, cute squirrel from Makey Stamps. Some more stenciling. This beautiful page here is from Gibbered Neary. She also has a really lovely collection of embroidered flowers and things, and these are library cards from her collection as well. Both very beautiful library cards that went really nicely with the colour. And I've got a daisy down below here, which is a pressed flower from my garden, and I've just put that into a little acetate pocket at the bottom. This one is a wallpaper pocket, which has really lovely cherubs all along here and pretty flowers, and tucked in there is the Snowflakes poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. It's a lovely poem, snowy poem. Some more stenciling. So we have the lovely butterfly here that I have received in some happy mail, and some more of that lovely lace. A coffee dyed page which is patterned from the bottom of the tray. A lovely stencil, Tim Holtz stencil. And this lovely card with a cider gum on it, which only grows in the highlands of Tasmania. They're very rare, and because they're dying out now, it's the only place that it actually grows, and they're very ghosty kind of trees, quite haunting to look at because of the shape of them, but I think they're absolutely beautiful, and they hold a lot of memories for me from my childhood because I spent a lot of time in that area. Have a lace doily pocket with another of Mrs. Cogs' embroidered linen collection. Very pretty for that tag. Oops. And another of her sayings: preserve your memories, keep them well. What you forget you can never retell. I have a poem here, Dust of Snow by Robert Frost, which mentions the crow. So I have a lovely crow stamp below, which is a Tim Holtz stamp. Some more of Artymaze's lovely Winter's Tale kit. Beautiful pocket, which is embossed with some flowers, and has another of Mrs. Cogs' lovely embroidered kit on there. I've got some crocheted lace for a tab with a little, what looks like a little ice or snowball. It's a little crystal droplet. Some more of that lovely lace with the like snowdrops or ice or something. It just has that very icy feel. This one here is an envelope with an applique on it, and that would have been from a recycled from lingerie piece, and just on a little envelope that I've tucked into the pocket, which is wallpaper. And another of Artymaze's lovely winter tags, which are beautiful, really lovely. I'll tuck that in there, just pop that on there so it stays put, because it's such a big journal to hang on to. I have this lovely little pocket here, which I picked up from Gina at Firefly Studio 67 when she was doing her 100 days of crafting. She made these cute little pockets, so I've tucked in there some pretty little Nazy from Amity Bloom cards, which are quite pretty. Another bird's postcard from Artymaze. It's a lovely pocket which I've put a tag in, which has another of those gorgeous, another of my favourites from Mrs. Cogs' collection, The Beautiful Women. That's Seashells, that one, and I've put a little lace tab on the top of that. She tucks inside that pocket. Again, we have the Sables tape, and I've put a little magnet to keep that closed, and another of Mrs. Cogs' gorgeous embroidered collection. On this side we have a little doily pocket, And a little saying about winter: laughter is the sun that drives winter from the human face. At the top I've got some embroidery and lace, and some lace down the side. On this side I've got winter kept us warm, covering earth in forgetful snow, and a little crocheted flower and some pretty satin ribbon, and a lovely little card. Just an embossed white card with a fussy cut flower from Gibbered Neary's collection, her beautiful embroidered flowers. Some more of the gorgeous lace. Down this side I've got some sari silk and a bit of cheesecloth and a lovely glass button. Beautiful winter fox, and that is a Edith Holden print. On this side I've got some more of a Tattered Dreams, lovely soft fabric. A nice pocket there. That one's from Amity Bloom, and this one is one of Mrs. Cogs' collection, and I've just put some pretty ice blue wool on the top of that one. Have some more of that lace page, and I've just put a crochet trim down the side of that. Lovely cat stamp, some feather washi tape, and another Screech Owl page. Screech Owl pocket. Some more of that stenciling, and I have a gorgeous owl stamp there which fitted in well with the owls, the winter owls. There is no such thing as bad weather, only inappropriate clothing. A beautiful piece of lace there, and I've just added a little real piece of lace to kind of pick up on the same type of lace that's used in the print. Very pretty. In the depth of winter I finally learned that there was in me an invincible summer. And another of Nazy's beautiful collection from Amity Bloom. A squirrel, gotta have a squirrel. Another gorgeous fox stamp, and another Nazy Amity Bloom one. If you want to change the world, pick up your pen and write. Every day is a fresh start. You can't wait for inspiration, you have to go after it with a club. Another beautiful owl stamp. Artymaze's lovely owls from her collection. Some more stenciling. Some more of those frosty little snowflakes that I've used on the ends of the thread. That's a Screech Owl page with a little tuck spot, which is really pretty, from the Spread Your Wings kit. It's got butterflies and it's really pretty, lovely blues. Winter Wonder, another of Artymaze's collection. I just love the owls, they have a real wintry look to them. Create your own magic. And inside that one I have a little bookmark with one of Artymaze's squirrels on it. Squirrels, very cute. Which I can't get back in on this angle. So there we have that. Some more stenciling. Right, therefore I am. Gorgeous little fox. I've got a lovely flip fabric here. Live for those moments of wild abandon. Beautiful piece of fabric, and that came from Bears and Old Lace, I think, yep. In her beautiful, she had a lovely sea foam coloured pack which had all those beautiful laces in. Beautiful lace again, and some lovely coffee stained papers. Beautiful coffee stained. No one thinks of winter when the grass is green.